The snow fell softly outside Sweet Haven Bakery as the evening rush wound down. Nicholas Bennett stood near the display case, his 2-year-old daughter Sophia nestled in his arms, waiting for the assistant to box his pastries for tomorrow's business. Breakfast. At 38, Nicholas had built a consulting empire serving Fortune 500 companies. Tonight, he was simply a single father trying to get through another day since his wife's death 3 years ago. The warmth of the bakery made Sophia drowsy against his shoulder. Nicholas absently stroked her hair, thinking about contract negotiations. Waiting at home. Then he heard a small voice that made him turn. "Excuse me, miss. Mommy has not eaten today. Can you share the expired bread?" A boy of about 6 stood at the counter, barefoot despite the December cold, his clothes thin and worn. He looked up at the baker with enormous hopeful eyes, clutching a few coins in his small hand. The baker, Margaret, looked at the boy with concern. "Sweetheart, where's your mother?" The boy pointed to the window, where a young woman sat on the bench outside, her face buried in her hands. She looked no older than 25, her shoulders shaking with silent sobs. "She is crying," the boy said. "She has been crying a lot since we had to leave our apartment, but she always makes sure I eat, even when there is not enough for her. Today I saved some coins from helping a man carry bags. I want to get her something to eat." Nicholas felt his heart constrict. He looked at the few coins in the boy's hand. Nowhere near enough even for day-old bread. Margaret was already reaching for unsold items. "Honey, you tell your mother, I will take care of it," Nicholas interrupted quietly. "Give me everything you have left. All the bread, the pastries, whatever did not sell today." Margaret's eyes widened. "Mr. Bennett, that is at least $200 worth, I know. Please, just box it up. Add those sandwiches from the case and hot soup if you have any left." The boy stared at Nicholas with an expression caught between hope and disbelief. "Are you really going to give my mommy food?" Nicholas knelt down, careful not to wake Sophia. "What is your name?" "Oliver. And that is my mommy, Emma. She is really nice, but she is really sad right now because we do not have a home anymore." "Well, Oliver, I think your mommy deserves more than expired bread for dinner. Do you think she would accept help from a stranger?" Oliver's face scrunched in thought. "Mommy says we should never take charity, but she is so hungry, and I am scared she is going to get sick." "Then we will not call it charity. We will call it payment for you teaching me something important tonight." "What did I teach you?" "You taught me that real love means going without so someone else can have enough. You saved your coins to feed your mother instead of yourself. That is one of the bravest things I have ever seen." While Margaret boxed the food, Nicholas watched through the window as Emma sat on the bench, unaware of what was happening inside. He could see the exhaustion etched into every line of her body. When the boxes were ready, Nicholas carried them to the door. "Oliver, will you help me carry these to your mother?" The boy's face lit up. He grabbed a smaller bag, and Nicholas, still holding Sophia, managed the larger boxes. Together, they walked into the snowy evening. Emma looked up as they approached, her eyes widening in alarm. She stood quickly, positioning herself protectively. "Oliver, what did I tell you about talking to strangers?" "But mommy, he bought us food. Look at all this." Nicholas set the boxes on the bench. "Mrs. Emma, my name is Nicholas Bennett. Your son came into the bakery asking for expired bread because you have not eaten today. I could not let that stand." Emma looked at the boxes, then at Nicholas with gratitude and mortification. "Sir, I am sorry. We do not need charity. I can take care of my son. I am sure you can. But even the strongest people need help sometimes. We have nothing to offer in return," Emma said, her voice breaking. "Your son already paid me. He taught me something I needed to learn tonight." Sophia stirred in his arms, opening her eyes and looking at Oliver with curiosity. "Daddy, who is that?" "This is Oliver. He is a very brave boy who loves his mommy very much." Oliver waved shyly. "Hi, is that your daddy?" Sophia nodded. "He is the best daddy. I bet he is," Oliver said wistfully. "My daddy left before I was born." The statement hit Nicholas hard. He looked at Emma and saw not just poverty but fierce determination. Not just struggle but dignity that refused to break. "Where are you staying tonight?" he asked. Emma hesitated. There is a shelter that opens at 8. If we get there early enough, they might have space. And if they do not? Her silence was answer enough. Nicholas made another decision. I own a property management company. One of our buildings has a vacant unit. You and Oliver could stay there. Tonight? No charge. Just a warm, safe place to sleep. I cannot possibly. Emma started. Yes, you can. Let me give you one night where you do not have to choose between food and shelter. Please. Emma looked at her son, who was clutching the food bag with hopeful eyes. Nicholas could see the war on her face, pride versus desperation. Just for tonight, she whispered. Final. Nicholas drove them to the apartment. When they arrived at the renovated one-bedroom unit, Emma gasped. This is beautiful. Are you sure no one needs it? I am the owner. I decide who needs it. Tonight, you need it. As Nicholas prepared to leave, Emma caught his arm. Why are you doing this? Nicholas looked at Sophia, then at Oliver. 3 years ago, a wife died in a car accident. I was so consumed by grief that I almost forgot how to be human. Your son walked into a bakery barefoot, asking for expired bread so his mother could eat. That kind of love reminded me what actually matters. Over the following days, Nicholas found himself checking on Emma and Oliver. He learned Emma had been a paralegal before losing her job. He helped her find new work and arranged for childcare, assistance, and somewhere in those weeks of helping Emma rebuild, Nicholas fell in love. He fell in love with her strength, with Oliver's wisdom, with how they never lost their dignity even when they had lost everything else. 6 months later, Nicholas knocked on Emma's door with a question. I need Oliver's permission for something, he said. When Emma answered, Oliver appeared at his mother's side. Permission for what? Nicholas knelt down. Oliver, the night we met, you showed me what real love looks like. I want to ask your mother to marry me, but I need to know if that is okay with you. Oliver's eyes went wide. You mean like be my dad? If you would like that. Someone who would never leave. Someone who would make sure you and your mother always have enough. Oliver threw his arms around Nicholas's neck. Yes, Mommy, say yes. Nicholas stood and looked at Emma, tears streaming down her face. Emma, will you marry me? Will you let me spend the rest of my life making sure you never have to choose between pride and your child's well-being again? Through her tears, Emma nodded. Yes, but promise me we will never forget that night. Promise me we will always see the people who are struggling. Promise we will use what we have to help others the way you helped us. I promise, Nicholas said, slipping the ring on her finger. Their wedding, Oliver was best man. In his toast, he said, my mommy taught me that love means going without so someone else can have enough. Nicholas taught me that having more means you should give more. Together, they taught me that family is about who shows up when you need them most. If this story reminded you that our abundance is meant to ease others' scarcity, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment about a time when someone's generosity changed your life.